lovely people, it's Candy here. Welcome back to my channel. For today I'm going to do my August happies. So recap on August. What did I get up to? What have I enjoyed using? What books might I have read that you might be interested in? What deck combos might be interesting to you? So today it's my August happies. So as I'm filming, it's Monday the 6th of September. The kids have all gone back to school today. Busby started high school. So the end of September was a whirl of getting school uniforms, new bags, new stationery, scientific calculators, blazers, school pumps because kids grow, new coats. It's been a whirl of shopping the last 10 days really. A shout out to all the single moms doing it emotionally and financially and physically on their own. I see you, but we've got this. And today the house feels very quiet. So I've just got back from the woods walking the dogs and I thought I could sit down and actually film today. So for me, August was all about getting away. It was about the ocean. It was about revisiting my caravan Dotty in Wales for the first time since March 2020 really. We kept well away from everybody. We found beaches where there was nobody there. We found waterfalls. We found river walks. It was just so wonderful to get there and to just see the vast skies and the vast views. We had picnics, we walked through sand dunes. It was just glorious. So for me it was reconnecting with the ocean and ocean magic and those big skies and sunsets. There is loads of work up there. I've got a new shower to fix because the pipes are broken. There is a balcony where the iron railings are falling apart and the wood's all crumbling. So when I haven't had the kids up there, I've been working up there by myself, trying to fix the balcony, trying to liaise with plumbers. So it's the nature of having a caravan that can see the sea and has got salt air on it that's been left basically for nearly 2 years. So there's been a lot of work, but I've been filming it. So soon, hopefully, there'll be a balcony makeover coming. But it's been busy. It's been busy work. It's been magical, but busy. And just wonderful to get away. Back home we've also found magic on our doorstep. We found the sunflower field. Me and the girls went searching for it. We'd heard a whisper of a field and we decided to go and see if we could find it, and we found it. That was amazing. The magic that finding that field gave me is still in my system. I can still feel it. It was incredible. And of course, art in August. I set up a little art studio at the caravan as well. Space is a little bit too cramped there to fully utilise it when I'm there with the kids, but when I'm there on my own, then I've been trying to paint up at the caravan. And this month I decided to really push myself past the fear of being scared of failure and to try something that I've wanted to try for a long time. That was to have a go at oil painting. I've always wanted to try an oil paint. I've always thought I can't. So I got out an unfinished abandoned oil painting and you will have seen it on my channel. I did a time lapse of it so far and I loved it. Within a couple of days I really felt like I was getting to grips with the medium. I've started another oil painting at the caravan inspired by the Empress, which hopefully I'll bring to you soon. And it's been brilliant. So I think I've been dancing with fear during August because I realised that although I say I'm not scared to fail and I'm happy to be a beginner, really the proof is in the pudding really. And if I have been stopping myself from painting for 50 odd years, then is that really true? And I really had to dance with fear to pick up a paintbrush and to start putting paint on a canvas. A bare canvas or a bare piece of paper when you're trying to be creative is it's a daunting thing, and I decided to just dance with fear, and it's made me think about procrastination and perfectionism and fear of failure. And hopefully over the next few months I might bring some of those thoughts to you via some art witchery videos, which I'm really interested in doing some more sort of creative magic art witchery ponderings really on the channel. But I thought I'd show you the painting so far. It isn't completely finished. I've still got some work on the wings of this first crow here to do, and I've got a little bit of detail on this crow to do. But you can see that this piece is nearly finished. It is based on the idea of the Morrigan, and the Morrigan wrapping you in the safety of her wings, and about breaking cycles and ghosts from the past and breaking free, and the incentive to break free as well. What are your incentives? What are your whys? And for a first oil painting, I'm really pleased with it. I've really enjoyed the process, and I have to say I'm proud of myself for pushing through the fear of empty canvas, and that idea that the minute you start, it isn't that perfect idea in your mind anymore. It suddenly becomes imperfect just through the act of starting. So I'm proud of myself for August, for my oil painting both here and in my seaside art studio in Dotty. Now, books, what books have I been reading? And like I say, I've been playing with fear a little bit. I've been really reassessing my truth. What I say, is it really true? Why am I feeling stuck? Why is there no action here? Why have I procrastinated for decades on that when I say I want to do it? I've been really self-analysing the lies that I tell myself without even realising. It's kind of made me feel a little bit exposed on high ground with no barriers around me, a little bit vulnerable as well emotionally, but in a good way. So I decided to revisit some inner child work. I feel like I've just unearthed a few things that needed working through. So I've been rereading this. This is John Bradshaw's Homecoming, which is about reclaiming and championing your inner child. This book is absolutely fantastic. It lays out the problem of having a wounded inner child. If you think there's anything in your past that might have skewed your vision on life and put a contaminated filter on the way you interact with life, then this book is, I can't recommend it highly enough. It talks about how your pure, innocent inner child started off and the different ways that it could have been wounded and how that might play out. Once it outlines it all, it goes through a process of reclaiming each stage. So you start off with reclaiming your infant self, reclaiming your toddler self, then your preschool self, then your school age self, and then pulling yourself together, a new adolescence. So you have to work through it all. There are tick questionnaires to list to see just how far into the reclaiming work you need to go. You do letter writing to your inner child using your non-dominant hand. It's just a lovely book to work through. There's meditations then for each section. And it's basically reclaiming all those different stages of yourself. It makes you view your inner child not just as one entity, but as an inner child, as different variations of yourself, all living like a tribe within yourself. And we all want a healthy, happy tribe. So I've been working at reclaiming all of my tribe that's inside of me to let them know that they're safe. Also, in August, going to this bookshelf, it made me realise how many books on this kind of healing topic I've got that I haven't read. One of them, which is bright red and has been standing out for ages, is the amazing Ryan Holiday's book, Ego is the Enemy. Now, I've had this on the shelf for a long time, unread. Then I decided, do you know what? I'm just going to read that this month. It is brilliant. I love Ryan Holiday anyway. I first came into contact with Ryan Holiday in the years of blogging, and somebody recommended signing up to his book list email that he sends out every month. So I've been signed on to that for a long time, and through him read the works of Marcus Aurelius as well. If you've got any interest in the work of the Stoics, then Ryan Holiday is really is a really fantastic resource. Now, this book is well worth a read of for anybody. Basically, it goes through all the ways that ego can get in the way. It talks about to be or to do, so the importance of action, becoming a student, like not being scared to learn, about not being passionate, not being caught up in that idea of passion, but just simply do. How to get out of your own head, the danger of early pride, how to develop a work ethic that isn't contaminated with ego, how to deal with failures, how to pick yourself up, just as a roadmap for a fantastic, healthy way of living that keeps you focused on the actions that you can do. I find this book an easy read and an immensely useful read, so much so that I then chose to read off my bookshelf unread another Ryan Holiday book, The Obstacle is the Way. This one is equally as good. It takes famous people throughout history and it shows their strategies for how they could have crumbled under pressure or overwhelm or failure or insurmountable obstacles, and how they use that obstacle to give them the roadmap out, or the roadmap to the next step. The obstacle is the way. The title says it all. It talks about recognizing where you do have power, being able to recognize whether your perception of a problem is true or not, how to persevere, how to start over, where to draw the line, how to think differently. It is, again, like this book, a really fantastic roadmap for just practical, everyday, realistic living that pushes you forward rather than keeping you stuck. And as somebody that has been stuck for quite a while, they have just been fantastic reads. I think I have become a huge fan of the Stoics and Stoicism in August. Who knew? Dropping naivety for Stoicism, I think, is the way forward for me. So those are my 3 books. I'm missing fiction. I think I might need to throw some fiction into the mix now, but those are the books that I've read. Right, decks that I've been using. I've kind of had some odd combinations this month, to be honest. Different combinations to what I would normally use. I wouldn't normally spend most of the month working with 2 oracles together with no tarot involved, but that's exactly what I've done. I've been working with the Mother Mary Oracle, which is just the most gorgeous deck, and this one as well, the Cheryl Yambrak Rose Oracle, which I think I've done walkthroughs of both of these on the channel. This is Art Through the Starstream Oracle, which I got in the Chalicewell Gardens in Glastonbury, which you may have seen. And I've been working with both of these 2 together. There was a massive energetic call to put these 2 together, and I'm glad I listened to it, because some of the readings that I have had over the month with these, I've left some of the readings open and they've been going over a few days, and there have been some quite magical moments with it, and I think I might have to do a separate video about it, because sometimes when you do a reading and then other things start to happen, you just know that there are messages coming to you, that it's just pure magic when you spot it. So these 2 decks together, there is something in it with these 2 decks together. They are beautiful, and they have really picked me up and given me warm hugs. With the inner child work I've been doing, I think subconsciously I have had a call to wanting to be embraced and nurtured myself, rather than being a mother and giving all the nurturing out. These two decks have felt like something pouring into me, and I think as moms, especially a single mom, I think sometimes we need to feel that something is pouring into us, and these two decks together have felt like that. It's felt like a warm hug, an embrace, a healing being poured into me, which is the reason I cried in the Chalicewell Gardens, because that was the energy that I felt literally coming through the ground at me as I stepped into the water path that I walked. And it's continued all month. Like I say, whether it's at the final pieces of healing or becoming unstuck, there has been a vulnerability emotionally this month that this deck has kind of whispered, yeah, we know, but you're okay, we've got this together. And I am really grateful to these two decks for that. So that has really been something, and I have been journaling that experience again in this beautiful journal. I haven't been using my other tarot journal. I've been using this tarot journal has kind of been forgotten for a couple of months, and I've disconnected from the moon again, which is a little bit unsettling. So I think this month I need to focus again on some moon work and using both of my journals. That's something that I've discovered in August. I've discovered that the journaling kind of grounds me. So there's not been as much journaling, but I have been keeping a note of that journey in here. And while I'm talking about Glastonbury, I know I'm jumping all over the place, I wanted to show you this gorgeous necklace that a friend of mine from past lives, should we say, a past life in this life, we reconnected, and she watches my YouTube channel, which I hadn't really realised. I knew that she'd seen some of my gardening videos, but I didn't realise she was watching other things on there until she sent me this beautiful Glastonbury card, which I just love. I need to get a little frame for this with a necklace, just saying that it's lovely to find a kindred spirit that loves Glastonbury as much as she does. It was a completely unexpected surprise out the blue. I've worn this virtually all month because I love it. It just feels like the hug that I needed, that I've been getting from the deck. So that's been wonderful. And I've been pairing it with the patchouli oil scent that I picked up in Glastonbury. There is something about this smell. It's not really perfume. It smells like magic to me. And there's something about putting it on that, and it just calms me down. It calms me down, and I find it really comforting. So this has been much loved too. So they're all little snippets of Glastonbury around me that I am so grateful for. So Lynn, thank you so much. I can't even express how much I love it. So that was one really magical pairing. And of course, when you start to get magic happening like that, it's hard to step away from the decks, which is why I'm not getting to my new decks too quickly, because I'm spending so much time with each deck. However, doing the inner child work, I did speak about this in my VR to Kasha. I decided to pull this deck out again and to just let my inner child delight at some of these images, and to do some readings on the vulnerability I was feeling and some of the areas that I have been feeling stuck with. And these cards have just, I've forgotten how much I love this deck. I just absolutely love it. I've always loved it. The cardstock is very thin, so if you're looking at it and you're thinking, oh wow, look at that fairy tale tarot, yes, it's beautiful, but the cardstock is very, very, very thin. It doesn't bother me because it's so thin. It means that I can still riffle shuffle it, because it just is really easy to riffle shuffle because it's so thin. So I actually wouldn't want it to be any thicker, because it does make the deck really usable, even though it's big. Am I waffling? I think I might be waffling. But like I said in my VR to Kasha, I paired it with the Thoth. And I am just going to put the two decks in front of me, and I am going to just pull cards to show you how this unexpected pairing works. It looks beautiful next to each other, and the messages as well. So I've been using the Inner Child cards of Fairy Tale Tarot as my warm hug and my embrace for where I'm at and what I've been through. But then I've been using the Thoth as a sort of stoic kick. Okay, you got it now. Now what are you going to do next? So it kind of ties into the stoicism that I've been studying this month as well, but with a kindly hug that I've needed. And I found that these two are beautiful together. I know it doesn't look initially like they would work together, but they really have. And I do personify my decks, and I do hear a very, very distinct voice coming from my Thoth deck, and it was reluctant initially, not now. There is a conversation going on between these two decks, which is quite something. Again, magic in readings, it's really, really helps. Tarot helps. It helps. Who knew tarot helps? I think we all knew that, but yeah, there's been some really magical readings this month with that as well. And then the final two decks, one is a gift from a lovely friend, the Chris-Anne Sacred Creators Oracle. Now this is a deck that I'd seen and I thought was nice, but it wasn't necessarily a deck that I was going to pick up myself, because there's just been text on there. I didn't know as I would particularly resonate with it. I was so wrong. This deck has been just so fantastic to work with. Now this is the indie edition. It comes with a fantastic book. The guidebook's wonderful. The cards have got this beautiful sort of matte gold gilding on them. Of course, this is a deck by Chris-Anne, the amazing Chris-Anne. The quality of this deck is beautiful. You've got the backs that look like that, and then you've got all of these phrases. So sacred mirrors, fall in love with your own story. So you've got little messages on the idea. You've got these cards in this lovely colour palette with either single words or very short messages on there. Been pairing this deck with another Chris-Anne deck, the Muse Tarot. It's been spectacular. It's been so incredible to do. I've been pulling a Sacred Creators card first, and then doing a card pull from the Muse either side of it, and it really is a pairing that I love. You see the backs. She did it on the Light Seers as well. There's always this kind of diamond shape. Stylistically, they work together, I think, because Chris-Anne's work does have a certain feel to it. but energetically with their readings and the messages they give, again, it's been another combination that I have just found really helpful this month. My tarot practice this month has really guided me. I know I sound surprised as if it doesn't normally. It does normally as well, but I think this month there's been an extra ounce of magic in there. You can see they look beautiful together. So those are the decks that I have been working with in August. Also, there have been some gifts as well in nature. When we went to see the sunflower field, my daughter Poppy said, "I found something for you, Mum," and she found me this beautiful feather. She said, "That's just for you, Mum, for coming out and finding this field with us." So that's really special. One of the weekends where I was at the caravan by myself without the kids, with just the dogs, one evening we were walking on the beach and a very clear voice came into my head and said, "Look for stones. We're going to give you a really lovely stone." We were down by the river that backs off the beach, and it was really clear. It was one of those times where it was a really clear voice inside my head. I thought, oh, that was odd. So I carried on walking, and sure enough, right in the middle of the path was my very first hagstone I've ever found, just sitting there, a beautiful hagstone. I can't show it you because it's at the caravan. I was so blown away. So I just thought there must be fairies down here. So that's just put a whole new dimension of magic into that river walk for me, as if it needed any more. But yeah, that was really exciting. My very first hagstone was found. And the kids as well, while we were up there, Poppy is doing GCSE photography. So she was disappearing off with my camera. And I've been teaching her some photography as well during August. And she, being little and agile and young, was climbing through hedges into woodlands that I couldn't get into. And some of the photographs that she managed to capture, she found like real secret grottos. She came out saying, "I found like a fairy world," and her brother went in and you could hear them going, "Oh wow." We've all been finding fairy grottos as well in August, so it's been amazing. And then finally online, I have found a new channel which has got some brilliant ideas about journaling on and just life in general, and just how to live and how to live well. And that's a channel called Struthless. I think he's brilliant. I'll link it below. Some of his journaling tips have been fantastic. So I've been trying to follow some of his journaling tips in August. One of them being to end the day writing 8 things that you're grateful for, 3 things that you did well, 3 things that drained you of energy, 3 things that gave you energy, and seeing the patterns over the month. And like him, I found that the thing that drained me of energy was mindless scrolling on my phone. So I've been trying to put my phone down as well a bit more during August. It's a work in progress. Hopefully in September I can leave my phone even more. And then I've laughed in August. Oh my goodness, I don't watch much TV, and it's kind of made me think that I need to watch more TV, because on YouTube I found clips of a show that's on the TV, I'm assuming, that I've been watching, and I have laughed till I've cried watching them, and that's Taskmaster. I don't know, probably everybody's seen this show and knows about it, and I'm just late to the party. But Taskmaster is just so brilliant. It's Greg Davis, who is my celebrity crush big time. I just think he's absolutely gorgeous, and he's funny, and he makes me laugh. He's the Taskmaster, and it's with a panel of comedians setting them crazy things to do. It's just my sense of humour. And I've cried laughing many times watching bits of that throughout August. So I'm going to link that below, along with Ryan Holiday's channel as well, called The Daily Stoic. So a big Ryan Holiday month, Struthless as well, the Taskmaster. Not tarot channels, I know, but channels that I've just loved. So I'll link those. Yep, so that's it. Oh, and I want to say that Ginger Faye has got a new channel as well. I love Ginger. She's just started a new channel. I'm going to link her channel down below. She's fantastic. Go and say hi to Ginger and show her some love. Amber's back doing lives again. Amber at Lavender Moon. I think I've made it into September viewing now. This is what happens when you film your happies on the 6th, but I don't care anyway. I'm going to say Amber's back, which is amazing. I'll link her live that she did with Elaine over at Tarot Tats and Tea. Now, Elaine's new to me. I've not met Elaine before, but she's just a joy. I'll link her live with Amber. I'll also link Elaine's channel as well. So that was lovely. And also, before I go as well, I just want to say, sending love to the wonderful Summer over at Astaria Sen. Now, Summer's been having lots of changes. She's moved to a tiny home in the middle of nowhere. She's adjusting to life, trying to get set up out there. She's had a tricky time lately. She did a really brave video the other day. So I'm sending all my love and encouragement and fairy blessings over to Summer. Summer, we love you. Tilly loves you. Just say you've got this. Also to Hanny over at Fierce and Pretty. She did a follow-up to, I'm in September viewing now, I'm just going to go with it. Hanny did a follow-up to her Feeling Lost video. That was amazing. Hanny has bought an oak tree. Oh my gosh, I squealed with joy at that. I'm going to link Hanny's channel as well. There are just so many channels that I'm struggling to get to them, or I'm struggling to watch. I often watch while I'm painting, so I have it playing on my my tablet that I can't type on while I'm painting, because I film with my phone. So I might not be commenting, but I'm trying to watch. So if I'm not commenting, it doesn't mean I'm not watching, but I just could link everybody. And Katie Flowers is back as well. So the wonderful Katie Flowers, so wonderful to see her back as well. I'll link Katie Flowers' channel as well. Okay, that's it. Before I start talking about what I had for breakfast, that's it. That was August. I hope your August was good too. I hope that you have some exciting plans for September. If the kids have gone back today, I'm wishing all of the kids out there a magical start to a new school year. My goodness me, you kids grow up too quick. So love to all the kids out there, and I hope they have a fantastic first term back. And thank you for watching, guys. If you've made it this far, well done. And I will see you next time. Bye.